Hi guys, welcome back to Insightpreneur 2022, and today is our last day. Okay, so our speaker Omolayo will be talking on legal guidance for entrepreneur, protecting your business from legal challenges and struggle. So
Hello,
hi, hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, and yeah, thanks for honoring this invitation. So I'll quickly read about graphing now, and you can take over the stage.
Okay, that's fine, no problem.
Omolayo is a legal practitioner. Our area of interest and expertise is in business and fintech law, intellectual property law, compliance, data privacy protection, and digital rights. She currently works in a microfinance bank in Lagos as a legal and compliance officer. She is also part of the team handling the company secretarial activities of the company. She recently founded an online law consulting firm where she renders legal consultation services to business owners and startups. She also, he's also a writer and has written several books on blogs. She has authored about 5 books, 2 short stories, 1 book on business law, and the remaining 2 on online businesses. This is because of her love for book and imparting knowledge into others. Currently, she is writing a book on legal formation of a business which she hopes to launch by next year before the end of the first quarter. All right, so okay, before you take what is take, can you just share within a minute why the people should listen to you?
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be in this webinar. I've actually been expecting it, and trust me, I've learned a lot of things in this webinar. And the first thing I want to do is even to appreciate the hosts of this webinar, Insightpreneur, and every other person that have participated in one way or the other. I'm also going to I'm also going to appreciate the other facilitators because from the beginning of this webinar, I've been following up with all the information, with the knowledge and everything that they have been giving us in this webinar. But today is the last day, just like Mr. Taiwo said, and this particular topic is a very, very controversial topic, or something, let us say something that most business owners they ignore. Why? Because they feel, oh, it's additional cost to their business. But what they don't understand is that ignoring it is also we also mean additional cost at the end of the day. So I just feel, oh, I need to let them know, let them understand that fine, you can actually decide you can start a business, but you need to make sure that whenever you're starting that business, the first thing after the other planning, the setup, is to think about the legal aspect, the legal structure of the business, so I can avoid issues and struggles at the end of the day. And like I used to say, I like to talk to people that actually are interested in setting up the business, growing their business, and expanding their business. If it's somebody that wants to just, probably just do a little business and just make money for a while, this thing might not really, appeal to that person and might not really relatable to that person. But when you are planning to expand the business, you feel like, oh, I want to start a business today and I want to grow that business, then it's very important that you make sure you consider the legal structure, the legal part of the business. So that is why I want the business owners, anybody that's listening, business owners, even if you're not a business owner but you have somebody that does business, please, it's very important. And I would really love that they listen to listen to me and understand the legal aspect of their business and how to protect their business legally.
Okay, yeah, that's great. All right, guys. So you have the pleasure of learning just because there's a free consultation or trying to understand what
Exactly.
they to do and not to do when it comes to the legal aspect of your business. So you don't have to wait until when you have to face the court before you really take the legal aspect of your business serious. So Omolayami, you have the platform. So
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo, and thank you for once again to the host of this webinar. So today I want to talk about the legal structures for entrepreneurs, protecting your business from legal issues and struggles. So the first thing I'm going to do, I wanted to introduce myself before, but I don't need to do that because Mr. Taiwo has done justice to it already. So I think I will just, I will just pass from that. But one thing I would like us to know about me is that I am obsessed. My kind of legal practitioner, my kind of lawyer is one that is obsessed with business. Like I love business growth. I love setting up businesses, growing businesses, and expanding businesses. So I'm obsessed with business growth. So um I don't need to do much introduction about myself. Mr. has done justice, like I said earlier. I will just move straight to business. Now, the first thing is, what is legal protection? Why do you need legal protection? What exactly does it mean? Because some people will be like, my business needs funds and loans, branding, promotion. So why do I need legal protection, and what exactly does it mean? So now what it means is, what legal protection simply means is getting protection for your business against legal struggles and legal issues. This thing is really, really important, and I don't even understand. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm saying it now that it is so, so important. There are certain steps that you need to take as a business owner to give your business the legal protection that it deserves. All businesses, except for the one that you want to do for the main time, just make some money within 2 months or 3 months and you just move away from there. But all business needs legal protection. They deserve to be protected. Now, if you are willing to expand your business or run it on a long term, probably you want to make it big, then you need to do it. Now, whether you run the shop, whether you run a business online or offline, it doesn't mean every every business, whether online or offline, needs to be protected legally. So you don't need to say, oh, my business is just online, I'm just selling online, I don't need it. But you need it, because one way or the other, it will still come back if you don't look at this. Now, why do you think your business needs legal protection? Number one, to run your business smoothly without issues. A- I believe that all business owners, they have what they want to, they have their aim, they have their vision about their business, they have where they are going to about their business. Now imagine you are running that business smoothly without issue, you don't have any legal issues, you are running the business. Number one, you're going to have the rest of mind to come up with ideas, with ideas that will actually expand the business. You won't have to worry about, oh, I'm having legal issues, oh, something is happening to me, oh, a customer is taking me to court, oh, I have to, the time that you're going to use to do all those things, you can actually channel those time to protecting, to expanding and thinking of ideas to expand the business. That's number one. And number two, so I can easily apply for opportunities like every other businesses. Now, when we talk about legal protection too goes beyond just protecting from litigation and the likes. It also comes with expanding the business. Now, what what does expansion really mean? Expansion means basically making the business bigger and growing the business. How do you make that business bigger, and how do you make that business grow? By getting opportunities. Which opportunities am I talking about? We're talking about loans, I'm talking about grants, I'm talking about investment. Now, if your business is not legally protected, investors will not want to invest in your business, which in turn will hinder the growth in the business. So when your business is protected legally, done legally, you can easily apply for opportunities anytime those opportunities comes up. Now, another one is so that you can concentrate on development of your business. Just like I said earlier, you want to have rest of mind. You don't want to, you don't want to be stressed, and then you are affected you know, by legal issues that will affect the business. Now, you can also keep good reputation of your business. Let me tell you something about branding. I know branding because I like I said, I'm obsessed with business growth and expansion. So I know a lot of things about branding. Now, one of the important thing about branding is good reputation of business. Now, a new customer will patronize you because of your good reputation. Now, that good reputation does not start with just refine people refine like a customer refine another customer to you. Another thing is, what reputation do you have legally? Now, what am I talking about? Talking about checking, we're talking about reputation with like registration with CAC. You're already there. It simply shows that your business is number one, it's not a scam business, and that will actually, help you to that's another protection. That is one thing. Because when a customer wants to patronize you, some customers actually they go online to check that, oh, is this business, is it legit? And those one of the things they used to go to check very seriously. I've seen somebody that actually that called me and said, can you imagine, a customer wants to buy something from me, and because she said she checked my business name online and it's not available, I mean on CAC portal, and it's not available, and she said she's not going to buy from me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Do you know that that customer, that person decided that they are then that I must register my business because of that thing? So it's hinders good reputation when you just feel like, oh, I don't want to do any other thing. I want to just continue going, and then it avoids you issues with regulations. Now there's some businesses that you can do without getting permits, getting license. Like maybe you're selling fashion design, you're selling fashion items like clothes, shoes. You might not need to get license or permit or anything. But when it comes to businesses like that needs permits, for instance, real estate businesses, they have their own permit, they have their licenses. We're talking about money lending, they have their licenses. Some other business, when you're talking about food processing business, they have now that question that you must do. Now, if you don't have those things, you decide that, oh, I don't want to spend money to get those things. You may actually at the end of the day spend more money when when regulators come and meet you and say, oh, you didn't do the proper thing when you're supposed to do it. Number one, we're talking about imprisonment term. Is very some of these regulators, they have in their laws, if you don't follow when you don't get the license to or permit to do the business, you can actually go to jail for it. Some of it you have to pay a huge fine. I don't think you can run and say, oh, I won't pay, I'll run. You can't, because this is the government. Now another one is you can avoid additional cost to your business. Now I'll have to expatiate on this. For instance, when you have a business, you're running your business, you didn't protect it legally, you have an issue with your customer, probably there's an order you have to make, something like any issue cannot happen. Trust me, you're going to spend more money to actually sort out that thing than when you have protected it from the beginning. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I know people are understanding what I'm saying. I know, like, you're going to spend more money even than when you have done the property from the beginning, because number one, some customers can be very, very funny. Some can even say, oh, they're going to take it to court. Some can say they're going to report it to FCCPC. Some can do a lot of things. And then the money you're supposed to spend on your business, expanding your business, you realize that you're spending it to sort yourself out from legal issues and legal cases. So these are one of the things. Another one is you can have peace of mind. I don't know. I believe that everybody wants peace of mind. Nobody wants to be stressed unnecessarily. So I believe that that's one of the when your business is protected legally, you can have peace of mind. You won't stress yourself. You won't have any issues or any problem with anybody. You are running your business and you are growing your business. Now, Now, let's talk about the legal and regulatory issues that you can encounter when you don't protect your business legally. Number one, wrong business formation. Your business will not be properly structured. This one goes to the root of registration. Now, some businesses are supposed to be incorporated as a company, but because the business owner feels, oh, they don't want to incur more costs, because of course, business in registration is cheaper, in fact, way, way cheaper than incorporating a company. Now, because they feel they don't want to spend too much money, they just start a business name, and then they'll start having issues later. Now, let's look at schools now. The new CAC guideline directive now on schools, academics, training centers, or anything, you have to incorporate a company. Now, if you meet with people that, oh, that they will just package the whole thing for you and not do the proper business formation for you. You can pay cheap and do business name. But at the end of the day, you're going to have issues on it, because you're supposed to incorporate a company instead of a business name. This is one of the things that you can actually face when you regulatory when you don't do the right thing at the right time. And one of it is protecting your business. Very, very important legally. You don't want to have a business that's not properly structured. You don't want to register a business name when you're supposed to incorporate a company. It is very, very important. You need to take that thing very seriously. Now, the next one is loss of business name. This one is even very, very common. And I'm going to tell you a story on this. So I joined a group of business owners, say a lot of things, they post a lot of things, and then so one day I was just scrolling through the group, and somebody just I just thought, so, oh, let me I spoke to the admin, and I was like, oh, let's me organize a training for these people, because I have noticed some things on the group and I feel it's not nice, it's not okay, it will not help businesses. So I decided, okay, let me organize a training on legal protection. And I spoke to the admin. The admin asked the question on the group, oh, do you want us to organize this training? And the person just said, he just said, no, we don't want. So okay, no problem, it's fine. It's not a compulsory thing. I just feel, let me help you. So I just moved on. Not quite long, it wasn't even up to 2 weeks. Somebody just chatted me up on WhatsApp, and she said, she sent me a letter. She sent me a PDF file. And I saw it. I saw cease and desist from using her name. And she was like, and I told her, oh, this thing, cease and desist actually mean it's just like a letter, or it's like a warning kind of, that please don't use my name again. This name belongs to me. Now, this lady, I explained to her that you need to stop using that name. Otherwise, this person might actually charge you to court for it. And the lady said, no, I've used it for the past 5 years. I cannot leave it. I said, it's not about using the name for the past 5 years. Did you register the name? Did you incorporate the company? And she was like, no, I didn't. I said, so what I was saying in the group the last time, but you just feel you don't want to hear, or you don't want to listen to me. And she was like, oh, what would she do? I said, I'm sorry, you have to leave this name and go and get another name. For like 2 weeks, this lady, she was not okay, because everybody, our customers already knows her with the name. At the end of the day, we had to change the name. And this is a very, very common thing among business owners. They lose their names. You know, the name that you have nurtured, you have grown for a while, and somebody just comes from you and say, oh, I'm sorry, that's my name, you need to leave it. You have to leave, because the name is not your own. You're just using the name. And you have to cease and desist from using the name. So that's one of the legal or regulatory issues that you can encounter if you don't protect your business legally. Now, another thing is, you can have issues between you and your customers. All business owners, you want to have cordial relationship with your customers. You don't want to have a problem with them. You don't want to have issues with them. Now, when you're supposed to do an agreement for a business that is worth millions, and you just decide to just do an handshake, you just say, oh, don't worry, oral agreements, you just rely on that oral agreement, there will be problems, there will be issues, because agreements agreements can actually, for instance, a transaction can take a while before it can actually become, before you can finish the transaction. Imagine you have decided some things, and at the end of the day you just forgot those things. It will, you won't be able to see anything, because in fact it will even cause problem, because you'll be hungry, because you actually know what you said, you know what you agreed, but the other person, the other party, that is your customer, does not know what you agreed, what the probably has forgotten, or he just feels he wants to play a fast one on you, and then you start having issues. But if there's an oral, if it's a written agreement, a signed agreement, and the secretarial agreement is down, you can refer to that agreement. The person will not be able to say anything, because you have, you already have something, you already have a backing already. So this is another thing, another issue you can actually encounter when you don't register your business, when you don't protect your business legally. It's not about registration actually. So these are one of the things. Now another thing is regulatory issues. This is the strongest of all issues. Trust me, it's the strongest. You're talking about issues with regulators on licensing, registration, and permits. I've said it before. You can face from penalty, from fine to even imprisonment, and your business will be closed down up shortly. I don't know if you actually read, there was in news, I think like a few months ago, about some money lenders, some little lenders, that they closed down their business, and they went to their place, and these are regulators, and they have the right to do it, because you're not doing the right thing. So imagine you're supposed to, for instance, you are running a money lending business and you don't get the required license. You have issues, and the directors of the company can actually face fine. They'll pay fine or imprisonment, and that business will be closed down. So this is another thing, and that's regulatory issues. And that's what one of the things I'm actually so scared of. I'm always really scared of regulatory issues because I don't even want problem with this regulator, because no matter no there's no how you want to explain yourself. If you don't do the right thing, they will not listen to you. They will never listen to you, and at the end of the day, you are going to be the one that will feel that will bear the brunt of all the whole issues. So it is very, very important. You don't want to face regulatory issues in your business. Now, another one is agreements. Another one is is brand credibility rather. You talk about trademark tussles and the likes. You don't want this will be with competitors. You have a particular tagline, or you have a symbol that is unique to your product, and you don't protect that particular product, that particular symbol, or you don't protect the tagline, or you don't protect something that is unique to your product, your own personal product, and your competitors like to use it. You cannot see anything because you did not do the right thing. So, and then you will start having issues because your customers are actually be confused and feel, oh, this is maybe you are still the same person, and then they'll just move from you and go to your competitors, and then you're losing customers. So, that's another thing that you need to really, that these are another issue they can actually face when you don't protect your business legally. Another one is litigation. Litigation. Litig- I'm a business lawyer. I don't like litigation. I'm a lawyer, and I can go to court, but I don't like litigation. I don't like litigation because there's a lot of wasting of time. You waste your time, you spend a lot of money, you'll be disorganized. It's something that we don't want to even face when you are running a business, really. Because customers can still actually against you when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. A lot of things can actually happen, and you don't want to face anything like that. So the best thing is for you to just protect the business from the beginning before any other thing comes up, and then you have to face litigation, you have to face issues. Running your business, you want to have rest of mind, you want to be running your business, you want to be able to sit down and think of ideas to grow and expand your business, not thinking of how to sort yourself out from litigation or for problems. So another one is ignorance of legal information about your business. The problem is about this. The funny thing is that most business now do not even know the legal information, the regulatory information that is guiding the kind of business that they are doing. They're just running their business. They're just there enjoying and running their business. And that thing will still come back to affect them at the end of the day. So these are the things that we need to take into cognizance when we need to try and avoid all these things when we are running our business, so that we can have rest of we can run the business and expand it where we want to do it. And think of ideas, think of a lot of things to run the business very, very well. Now, what are the effects of these issues on your business? Like I said earlier, abstract close of your business by regulators. Like imagine you're running your business today and then tomorrow it's closed down. And then tomorrow you have to maybe start going to court, and then tomorrow you are facing imprisonment, or you have to look for money, probably all the profit that you have made in that year. You have to take all the profit and pay it as fine. These are the effects of having legal issues in your business. Now, trade disputes with competitors. You talk about trademark issues now. You're talking about registration, issues. Lots of things can actually happen, and this thing will affect your business. There's no way you want to say, "Oh, I want to." It will not happen. It will happen because it will affect your business. Now, another one is the discontinuance of business. Imagine you are running a business and then you don't protect it. Probably you're supposed to have an agreement with somebody for a business, and you have to borrow loan to to sort out that transaction. And then the person just wake up and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in this business again." You have borrowed loan, you have to pay, and that loan might affect your business. In fact, you might have to just say, "Oh, I'm not doing it again," and close down the business. So why don't you avoid that and do the normal thing? Structure your business legally, do the legal thing when it comes to your business, so that your business can actually run very well. Now, another one is litigation. Like I said earlier, you don't want to litigation. To me, for business owners, I feel is a bad reputation. I don't like litigation for businesses, because you know this is a digital world now. Before you know it, you go online. Oh, so person is in so person is in dispute, litigation with this person, with this business, and then it's not to me. I feel it's not a good reputation for a business litigation. Like okay, I said negative reputation on business. Like I said too, you don't want your business to have like a negative reputation. You want your business to continue to grow, not having um reputation. You have to now start a lot of things to rectify the issues and the likes. Now another one is mismanagement of business funds. Now you might be like, what's this person saying? Let me explain. Let me break this down. Now you have a business, probably let's say a fashion designing business, and you are combining your personal income, maybe other income from other places. You are combining it with the income that's coming from the business. You will be able to understand whether you're making profit in that business or not, because everything is muddled up together. You don't even know the one that you actually make profit. You don't know the one you're not making profit and the likes. So if you protect your business. Now we're talking about business in registration or incorporation of company. You are definitely going to open the next thing that you're supposed to do is to open a corporate account so that all your business funds will be in that corporate account alone. You know that oh, you are running a corporate account and for your business. I don't know if I'm making if you understand what I'm trying to say. So that's another thing. Otherwise, because and then you'll be able to know that oh, this money is coming from my business, this money is coming from my personal income, any other thing that's coming that you're doing to make your money. So this is another thing. It might cause mismanagement of business funds. Now, another thing I think had it is that you might lose opportunities for loans and grants, investments, funds. I've seen online that oh, this person won $100 million fund, investors funds, and the likes. If you look at them, they are doing they have a proper legal structure for that business or for that company or for that product. So these are the things. One of it is very very important. You will lose investors, you will lose grants, you lose opportunities because you have decided not to. You did not protect your business legally. Now, how do you protect your business legally from encountering these legal issues and struggles? Now, the first most important thing is registration with CAC. CAC is the Corporate Affairs Commission. Now, this is the first and most important thing that you should do. Now, like I said earlier, if you know that you want to do that business and you want to expand the business, please, please and please, the first thing you need to do immediately you have gotten the idea, you have started the setting up of the business, register it with the CAC, register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission. You can register it as a business name or incorporate as a company. Now I need you to note and understand that there are some kind of business that you cannot register as a business name. It's very important that you know that. We're talking about real estate, we're talking about schools, we're talking about money lending business, we're talking about investment businesses, we're talking about a lot of other businesses. You cannot, if you want to deal in oil and gas, you cannot do a business name. Lots of other business like that you cannot register as a business name. So you need to know these things and know and when you decide to register your business with CAC, you need to know the most important the structure, the best structure to use for that registration. It's very, very important. Now, agreement for business transactions. Just like I said earlier, you need to make sure that all your business trans, no matter who the person is, let the person be your father. I will advise you to have an agreement, a properly executed agreement for that business transaction. You don't want to just do an handshake business transaction. You want to do a properly structured business transaction. The agreement, everything is there. You execute the agreement. Even the other party will not want to, will not want to do anything because he or she knows that the business transaction is properly executed. You have an agreement that is there. So the person we don't want to wake up one morning and just decide that oh, I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. So this is the second thing I need to do. Now, the third thing is NDA for protection of your business trade secrets. The truth is that all businesses have trade secrets. All businesses, they have their own trade secrets. So you need to also make sure that your business trade secrets are properly protected by an NDA. Now, what's an NDA? An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. What does it mean? You can also call it a confidentiality agreement. Now, what does it mean? It means that this this idea that I'm going to give to you, I mean the other party, it has to be protected. You cannot use this idea for your own personal gain or share it with a third party. Now, this will come in place when you are trying to probably trying to do, okay, let me say for instance, you have a company and you want to do a web design, you want to design a website for the company. Obviously, you have to give out some information about the company to the person that wants to do the web for you, the website for you. You need to know that you have to sign an NDA. It's very important. So because there's no way you will not disclose some things, your trade secret to this person. So the person will not go and use it, will not take it and go and give it. Some will even sell it to a third party and they'll use your business ideas. Now, this does not stop in this context. When we talk about investors too, investor want to invest in your business. They will ask you for a lot of things, your CSC documents. They will ask you for your business plans. They will ask you for your product ideas and the like. The first thing you need to do, please sign an NDA with this investor, because some investors can be really funny. They can actually I've seen cases like that. I'm laughing, I'm smiling like this. You can actually take that business idea, just tell you, oh, I want to invest in your business. Yeah, give me your business plan, everything. They just take it and go and do it for themselves. And they will not eventually, invest in your business. Because some of these investors, they don't have ideas. They just have the money, they have the funds, but they don't have ideas. Now they will just feel, oh, I just get the ideas. I will just and then you lose. And they'll start making millions from your ideas, from something that you sit down that you have to, think of. Probably you even spend like a month thinking of bringing up the idea, and then someone just come from nowhere and just steals the idea from you. But when you don't have a proper NDA, they can even say they don't have any business with you. There's nothing you can do about it. It's gone. So this is another thing that you need to do to protect your business. Now, another one is registration of trademark, patent, and copyrights for your ideas. Now, trademark, like I said, is registration of your mark, any mark that you have, probably a symbol, a sign, even your business name. If you feel like your business name is so unique and you don't want any other person in this world to even use something like similar to it, then you need to register a trademark. It's very, very important. She's talking about your tagline. Maybe for instance, you sell Zobo, you make Zobo for a living, and then you have a tagline that is so unique and so nice. You can trademark that tagline so nobody can actually come and use it again and use it. So your customer will not be confused and be like, oh, is it you? Is it not you? Because of that tagline. Imagine you have a tagline that everybody is used to, and then probably you don't have a very large budget for adverts, and another business have a large budget for adverts, and then they just use your tagline, and everybody and your customers, they're supposed to be buying from you, just shift to them because they feel you are the person. There's nothing you can do about it. I've seen cases like that. That's why I'm actually saying that it's very, very important. Now, patents too, you need to register your patents. Patents deals with inventions. Maybe you just invented something that's so unique and nobody have invented that before. You need to patent it. It's very, very important. You need to do it. Now, copyrights for your ideas. You have written a book, you have written a poem, you have written poetry, anything they have written, that is, you have an artwork, pictures, every other thing. Maybe you have like you have an artwork, this artwork, paintings and the like. Then you need to register that copyright so nobody can steal it. Because if you don't register, you cannot say you are the owner. That's just the truth. The law will not say because you have done that thing for the past 10 years, it belongs to you. No, it has to be you. You have to do the proper thing by registering it. Now, um regulatory compliance. So For instance, you are registered your business with CAC, there are a lot of things that you have to be doing. One most important thing, annual returns is very important. Every year, all businesses must file annual returns to say, oh, I am still in operation, I'm still working, I've not left business. Otherwise, if you don't do it, trust me, CAC will delist you. I've seen sample, everything I'm saying here is not theory, it's something that I've seen, like I've experienced it. So that's why I'm saying all these things. I can remember that I incorporated a company for somebody not quite long. And then when I incorporated that company, I realized that the housing number is the same thing with another company. And I was wondering, can CAC make this kind of mistake? What will happen? I have to start sending messages, sending mails, and the likes. Later, I got to know that company that was holding that business, that was holding that was holding the house number before. The company has not been filing out returns since 2004. 2004 to this time, about 18 years. CAC has listed that company. Now, if the company now decide that maybe today, oh, I want to start working now, the person, that company cannot use that housing number again because they've been given to another company. So these are another thing that we need to really take into account. A good compliance is very, very important. Now, probably you need to be filing some businesses need to be filing with CBN. You need to know all those things. You need to be filing those things. Otherwise, if you have a license, CBN can revoke the license and then you won't be able to operate. Now, another thing is obtaining appropriate license to operate. Like I said earlier, some business like a real estate company, you need to get a REDAN certificate. Even schools have there's something they need to get a government approval so they can do WAEC and the likes. So you need to get all those things. You need to obtain all these licenses so you can operate properly without having to look at your shoulders every time and be scared. Probably when somebody just come, maybe a government official just come and then you're really scared because you know you're not doing the proper thing. So these are the things you can do. There are lots other things, but these are the ones that are the important ones I can say for now. Now, who can help you protect your business from legal issues and struggles? A legal practitioner is simply what you need. Please, I have noticed that some people, in fact, I've seen a lot of things online. I've seen some certificates that are fake. Why? Because you don't want to do the proper thing. You just feel like maybe an agent. I don't want to. I'm not spoiling agents. So some agents are actually very good. They know what they are doing. But the truth is that these agents are not following. They're not following directives from some industries. You understand? Because for instance, the schools before, a school can register as a business name before. Do you get? But now but recently there's a directive that, oh, a school cannot register as a business name, it must be a company. Now, if these agents, they're not lawyers, except for the ones that they are lawyers, or maybe the ones that have lawyers working with them, they will not be current with these things. They don't know the next thing to do. They cannot give you the right, they cannot give you the right advice. That's just the truth. Only a legal person can help people take their business from legal struggles and issues. That's just the truth. As a matter of fact, it has to be a business lawyer. You need to, because law has different specialty. We have oil and gas lawyer, we have banking lawyer, we have fintech lawyers, we have IP lawyers, we have business lawyers, we have a lot. In fact, we have litigation that this one we don't even do any other thing than litigation. We have real estate lawyers, lots of them like that. But these lawyers too, they will know all this, but they may not really know specific because their expertise is in one particular aspect, and that is normal. It's not like, oh, they don't know anything, or they don't know. Everybody has their own specialty. Nobody, you cannot do everything. So you need to look for a lawyer that is specialized in business law. It's very, very important. Now, a business lawyer is the only one that can give you the best advice on the best business structure peculiar to your type of business, the appropriate license to run the operation of a business, the appropriate permits and registrations. It's only a business lawyer that can do that for you. I'm telling you the truth, because even if you meet a lawyer that is specialized in oil and gas, the person will still refer you to a business lawyer because that is not their own, it's not their own part. So you need to really take these things very, 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 very important. When you want to set up your business, or you have set up your business, you need to take all these things really, really important so they can protect you from any legal issues and struggles. Okay, so I think I'm done. If I have any question, please, I would really like to take questions now. So that's Mr. Taiwo. So I'm asking if I have questions so that I can answer questions.
We have questions, but thanks for your time so far. It has been a great watch for me, and I believe for others too. So I needed to remove some of the layers because of the slide so it can show well, but I believe we are good to go now. So so far it has been how should I put it? Generally, entrepreneurs don't always take the legal aspects of their business serious. I wouldn't say entrepreneur
At all.
alone, but let's say the entire Nigerian system is not so serious when it comes to the legal aspect. And hopefully, this session should be able to help so far. Please grant me a minute. Okay, so sorry, so how we restart? I can quickly just do a fast brief of what you've said so far, and then we can have questions if we have one. Um,
Okay.
or rather, I should ask my own question first. What do you think is the most important first step that a business should take when it comes to, I mean, first legal step to take when you start a business?
Okay. Okay. The first most important thing, like I said earlier in my slides, is registration with
With
CAC.
the
So
CSA.
far, you have decided that, yes. So far, you have decided that, oh, I want to register my business. I want to start a business, whether online business or offline business. So far, you have said that, oh, today I want to start a business and I hope to expand and grow. That's why I'm putting that particular code. Some people want to do their business and just make money for a while and move. You understand? But so far, I've decided that, oh, I want to start this business, I want to grow, and I want to expand this business. The first most important thing to do is registration with CAC, whether as
Okay,
a
so
business name
the
or as a
registration with the corporate
none.
affairs, is it something that businesses can do on their own or they have to go through a lawyer?
Okay, so business can do it on their own, really. But like I said earlier, you won't be able to do it properly. That's just the truth. And I think I did a video on YouTube. That video was even because of my cousin. He wanted to register his business. Instead of him to come to me and let me help him do it, he just started doing it by himself. He was there for 1 year. He doesn't even know what he wants to do. He paid, and for the 1 year he was just going up and down. And he couldn't call me because he felt bad because he couldn't, because he didn't tell me from the beginning. So he couldn't so he couldn't tell me. He was just going probability. So one day, probably he was tired of the whole thing, and he was losing opportunities. The opportunity was coming up, and then he couldn't do it because so he had to come and say, Omolayo, please look at what happened though. I don't even understand what I'm even doing. I was like, okay, calm down. Let me see it. I had to redo the whole thing for the person. You understand? I believe that business can do it by themselves. Fine, it's not an issue. But it is best that you meet a lawyer to do it for you. In fact, I won't even say you meet an agent now. Because this agent, all of them, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of fake certificate online, a lot, and they will collect money from these people and they will still give them fake. I've seen it, in fact, I did a video on this particular fake certificates online. So it's best that you meet a lawyer to do it for you. That's just the best thing I would say because apart from even the fact that you're going to have issues when you're trying to register it, maybe you won't understand some things and the likes. There are some businesses that you cannot register as a business name that you must do as a company. But some people will still go and register as a business name because they don't understand what's the best structure for that business. So that's why I would recommend a lawyer to do the job. But if you feel you can do it yourself, by all means.
Okay, also the idea of I understand the area whereby maybe you are using a name and you get to discover that there's already a business operating with that particular name. And I guess the only option you would have is to switch to another name, if I'm not wrong. But what about
Yeah.
you at the business in operation, but then you get to know that another business is using your name, okay, to practice. Like, obviously, it is not registered because if you have the name, then that's like you're the legal owner of the name. So, what approach do you think the business should take?
Okay. Okay. Are you trying to say the person already registered his own business and then somebody else is using it, right? Is
Yeah,
that
I
what?
already registered my business and I saw somebody else using it.
Okay.
And
So you
I will
actually
also like,
except okay, you can
you can answer that, then I
okay,
can have a
except
voice.
if you are a nice person and you just feel let me just leave the person their way and be doing my own business, you can actually give person a warning because that is cease and desist from using your business name because you are the registered owner of that business. Do you understand? You
Yeah, I
can.
understand.
You can. Except if you just feel like leave the person, let me be using my name and be enjoying myself. I don't want any problem. You can actually do a cease and desist to the person to stop using your name. Because I've
Okay,
seen something like that before. Somebody actually sent me something like that, and I was like, okay, the former business was Gary Jebu or something. So somebody else started using the name, and then he has to tell me, this person is using my name. What do I do? I said, just give us cease and desist. The person has to stop using him and use another name. So this
okay.
is
What about the aspect of trade name? Do I have to have my trade name registered? Let's say, for example, my business name is Insight Elite Limited. Supposedly, that's not Insight trade registered name, please. And my trade name
okay.
is another name. Can I use another trade name? Can I use the trade name, or it must be registered too?
No, if you, for instance, if you're using Insightpreneur, for instance, limited as your company, and you have a trade name, the best thing is for you to trademark that trade name so that somebody else will not use that trade name. Do you understand? For instance, your trade name is okay, let's say your company name is Insight Limited and the trade name is Insightpreneur. If you don't want somebody to use that Insightpreneur and register that Insightpreneur, go and trademark that Insightpreneur.
With the
None of that.
knowledge of how trademark work, this is actually my last question, and then we take Moses' questions, and then we end the whole session. With knowledge of how
Okay.
trademark work, trademark often is limited to a particular industry. For example, if I get a trademark in the media industry, then it may not be applicable in the real estate industry, for example, because it is different a field. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, yes. Now, trademark has 39 classes now. Now, trademark has the next class, like I said, there's product and services. Now, if you register your trademark, maybe for instance, you register entrepreneur under media. If somebody else uses the entrepreneur in real estate, it is not you cannot do anything about it because it is in different classes. Do you understand? That's why it's always best. Our advice when you want to do a trademark, you should look at the possible places they can use that name and register your trademark in all those classes so that nobody will be able to use it. That's the way it
I
works. So
Well, trademark
because
cost a
I don't
mountain.
know if
I
you
don't
remember this
know
Sabinus
how
case.
far we go across the night classes to register across. Trademark cost a mountain. But
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's a great advice anyway.
That's why
So
I
let's
said
take
you just
end
okay,
the whole
okay,
session because we have another session after now.
okay.
As entrepreneurs, we already have a lot on our hands and can't keep up with the legal side of things. So, what is the best way to stay up to date with the ever changing the laws and policies?
Okay. The best way is to have a legal practitioner by your side that will be telling you, oh, for instance, now maybe for let's say let me use the school example now. You have registered the school as a business name normally you're operating. If you don't have a legal practitioner by your side, this directive came in, I think is this year, probably beginning of this year, that all schools, academy, training center must be incorporated as a company. Now, you are registered as a business name and you don't have a lawyer by your side. You won't know when this directive comes in. You are busy with your business. You're trying to build your brand and the likes. You will know. But it's your lawyer that will tell you, oh, hello, the directive now is that you have to convert that business name to a company, and then you do it. So the best way to do that is to have a legal practitioner by your side. So whenever this thing comes up, you can you can know.
Okay,
So that's
so Moses, I think you already have the answer to your question. The best approach is to probably have your company lawyer for any litigations, and I think we still have about 10 minutes to spare, precisely 10 minutes. So, if one is to hire a legal guidance or a lawyer for your business, what are the things that one should check out to really hire the best in quotes actually, or the best lawyer for your business?
okay. The first most important thing is look at the aspects, the kind of business you are doing. If you are in oil and gas, don't go and hire a real estate lawyer. There are some lawyers that they do oil and gas alone. So those ones are experts. So anywhere that the regulators want to come out, they know how to to meet with the regulators. So when you are operating, like I said, so you need to look out for the experts of the lawyer. It's very important. You need to look out for the experience, what is the things that the person have done earlier. You need to look out for those things. Basically, that's just it. Just make sure that this person is an expert in that field, and that's just the most important thing.
Okay, thank you for
And
the great answer.
sorry. So another thing is that year of practice doesn't matter when it comes to these things, because even recently now the young lawyers, the one that are just coming up, they know things even more than the one these our old our senior colleagues, because most of our senior colleagues are not really internet savvy like the way we are. You understand? They don't really know much about the internet thing, but I'm always online. I'm always researching. So don't look at the fact that this person is just 2 years at the bar. You cannot know anything. Doesn't mean no. So these are the things that you just have to look at for.
All right. So I think we will end this session now, probably precise an hour. But if people would like to get in touch with you for perhaps consultation or whatever the case may be, or just to say thank you, what is the best medium to they can reach you?
You can actually chat me up on WhatsApp. I don't
Do
know
you
if I
mind
should call my number or
call it up projective?
okay. My number is 070
Okay.
30 30 44 69 25.
Okay, guys. If you would like to get in touch with Omolayo,
No, that 30 is supposed to be one, not double 30.
wow.
I actually thought I knew you were going to make that mistake because I mentioned 30 twice. So you just said this is that's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Omolayomi, for the unique insight you shared so far. So, guys, if you'd like to reach Omolayomi Olorunsola, please kindly get in touch with her through this number. It is a WhatsApp number, and have a great day. All right, guys, so we switch to the next session immediately or by 8 o'clock p.m. How to get a link, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button. YouTube is going to notify you the seconds we go live. So thank you very much for staying tuned to this moment. And also follow all Insight.ng social media accounts. It is the best way you can get fast updates on all our webinars.